how to astral project in one day using the swing technique. Now I'm going to put a bit of a twist on this technique actually and make it more effective, because the swing technique is kind of basic. So here is how to astral project in one day, or how to astral project basically tonight. And it's quite a simple method, quite a simple technique. All you need to do is the following. Before you actually go to bed in the evening and go to bed for the night, you want to make sure you're doing a few things just in the day that will raise your vibrations up, to raise your frequency. I have a link in the description to a full guide on how to raise your frequency, by the way. It's called the Raise Your Vibrations guide. In a nutshell, here's what you need to do, okay? You need to basically meditate, ideally for an hour, if you can do that. If you can't do 1 hour, then split it up into 3 sections of 20 minutes, or, you know, whatever it is, okay? 6 sections of 10 minutes. Whatever you can manage, just meditate for about an hour if you can. And try and focus on manifesting and visualizing a positive mental and emotional being and state. You want to manifest a high vibration. And the best way of doing that is just to focus on the positive. Being in a state of gratitude is also a really good hack as well. If you can just write down, let's say, 10 things you're already grateful for, just being in that state of being grateful for something you already have is going to raise your vibrations. Now, the higher your vibrations are, the more likely you are to astral project. So this is just going to basically make it more likely that you'll astral project tonight, or, you know, in the future. So then when it comes to the actual evening time, okay, this is where things really get serious. So what you want to do for the last 3 hours of the day, okay, the 3 hours before you go to sleep, you want to try and not look at any screens or your phone. This is easier said than done, but if you have to look at a phone or a screen, try and use some kind of like night mode or flux, or something that's going to take the blue light away from the screen. If you can't do that, try and get blue light blocking glasses. They're at least going to help you a little bit, because you want your body to produce melatonin. This is the sleep hormone. Melatonin helps you fall asleep faster, it helps you sleep deeper, and it's a really powerful sleep aid. But most of us don't produce enough, because we're right up until the time when we go to sleep, we're just watching screens, we're using our phones, and all of that is stopping your body producing melatonin. So try and limit your exposure to screens in the last 3 hours of the day. 2 other things you should do. Number 1, don't eat a really heavy meal right before bed, because you're going to be constantly digesting that food instead of having the energy to astral project. And secondly, don't consume or watch any negative content on media that day. If you're watching negative videos or fear-based media from the news and things like that, it just lowers your vibration, puts fear into your subconscious mind, it makes it less likely that you'll astral project. So try and limit your exposure to that, you know, in the day that you're trying to astral project. And then what you're going to do is you're going to set your alarm to go off after 4 hours. When the alarm goes off, wake up, stand up, and it really does help to stand up, by the way, at this point. And, you know, maybe you can walk around a bit. Don't look at any screens if you can help it. And try not to turn any lights on. Just stand up in the dark, walk around, and just basically stay up for about 10 or 15 minutes. Now you're going to go back to bed and back to sleep, but you're not going to fall asleep. You're going to go into a position which you do not normally sleep in. If you normally sleep on your side, you want to go back to bed and lay on your back. Okay? If you normally lay on your back, go and sleep on your side. Do something different to how you normally sleep, and that's going to stop you hopefully from falling asleep too easily, because most annoying risks of astral projection is that you'll just fall asleep and then you have to wait until the next day to do it again, and you're sort of wasting your time. It can be avoided if you just make sure that when you actually astral project, when you try and astral project, just sleep in a different position, just lay down in a different position that is different to what you normally sleep in. And then you will find very quickly that if you just do not move your muscles, and if you just relax and calm your mind and your body, you will very quickly enter what we could call sleep paralysis, but then you will also enter the vibrational stage, where it feels like your body is vibrating or tingling. It might feel like something is pressing down on your chest. You might feel like there's a heavy weight on you. Go through that stage, wait it out basically, wait for that stage to pass. And then when you feel like you're more relaxed, you're relaxed enough, you want to start visualizing in your mind the feeling of if you were swinging on something. And you can practice this during the day just to get the feeling in your mind, because you might not have used a swing for a while. I mean, many of us forget to go to the park and have fun and play around. So if you haven't used a swing for a while, then try and remember what it was like, but just visualize how it would feel to swing back and forward on the swing. Feel your momentum and your body weight shifting from here to here, forward and back. The whole time, you're not moving anything. You shouldn't be moving any muscles. This is all in your mind, you're visualizing this, how it would feel. And as you move back and forward, try and visualize or imagine what it would be like to see yourself from above, to be actually in the viewpoint of your ceiling looking down. And you know what you'll find is that very quickly, you will be suddenly, like 1 minute you're swinging, next minute you're looking down on yourself from above. It's quite a profound experience actually. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But this is how it will feel. And that is how to astral project tonight or in one day with the swing technique.